Hey guys, welcome to my first, proper video for Gates of Antares. We looked at the unboxing in a previous video, which if I haven't put up, I'll certainly be doing that before I put this one up, so that shouldn't matter to anyone. But more importantly, we had a discussion a couple of weeks ago with Rich Dando, Jez Allen, and Andy Singleton, and we had a great discussion about Antares and kind of getting into it and getting started and different ideas about it. So that was good. So check that out if you haven't seen that already. But since then, I've been building away frantically. I have managed to complete my first Gar figure, and I'll have to get on to painting him soon. I've also built a couple of the medium support drones, I believe they are. This one has, I think, the plasma cannon. I think that's what it is. I need to double check that. And in fact, I can tell you in the lovely quick start guide, which is very useful if you've got the starter set. Use this, have a read of it. Yeah, light support drone, that's what they are. And one has the plasma light support weapon, and the other has the subverter matrix, which still need to do a bit of reading up on to see what that exactly is. But apparently it's got some bonus, and it can be very helpful to your squads, to your force. So really all I've been doing, well, actually, I tell a lie. I've been doing a couple of different bits, actually, and then sort of haven't really got around to my bolt action like I wanted to. I went ahead and did a test paint figure, and hopefully you'll agree he's come out all right. I wanted to do sort of jungly bases because I haven't done any jungle terrain yet, so I wanted to do that, and I've gone for sort of a purple armored color with yellow pads, blue shoulder pads, and then the face piece there I really did just as a white paint with a blue ink over the top of it, and I think it's come out pretty well. I'm going to do the rest of that squad in that paint scheme, and I'm going to do one other squad in that paint scheme, and then my other two squads I'm planning, which I haven't even built yet, I'm planning to do in a separate colour scheme, and I've got my second squad that I've actually built. I'm going to do those in the second colour scheme to try and get an idea of what they both look like. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but I kind of just play around with the paints that I've got and see. There is also a really cool, it's not an app, but it's a template which I think is on the Warlord website, and you can click on it and it gives you different colours, and it allocates them to the different parts, and you can play around with colour schemes that way and see what looks good, and that's what I did with this one, the yellow and the purple. Excuse me. Or just, if you haven't got time to do that, or you can't find it, you can always think about the colour wheel, and you can Google that quite easily, colour wheel, and from what I remember from my art lessons from school, which I can't think how many years, maybe 16 years ago I think was the last art lesson I took. But if you go for two colours that are opposite each other on the colour wheel, generally they will work very well together. So then that's what I did with the purple and the yellow. So there's just a little tip from me about painting your figures. To be fair, there are tutorials out there, some paint tutorials which I've seen, which are a great help. But I think for Antares, because it's the sci-fi and you can do what you want with it, I think sometimes it's actually best just to use that as maybe a starting point, and then doing your own thing based on that. So that's what I've been doing. There is no right or wrong way to do these things. As I'm learning, being a historical wargamer, as I mentioned in the discussion, I'm used to kind of, what colour does this uniform need to be in, what colour does that need to be in, and actually, for Antares, that's not the case at all. You can do with it whatever you like, so that's pretty cool. Exciting development that happened today. I got in the post the two figures that I didn't get in my starter pack that I should have. So there's Fartok and a Concord leader as well. I'm not sure whether that is Fartok or whether Fartok is the Gar creature, but either way I got those. So nice lovely cast metal figures, looking forward to working with them. And then the kind of, I guess, really last big development for the Gates of Antares stuff that I'm doing has been the terrain. I started kind of playing around ideas, and the idea of just going out there and sticking bits that you've got on and seeing what happens really appealed to me. So what I decided to do this time was to make all my terrain pretty much out of recycled bits and pieces that I had lying around. So I've got egg cartons, I've got Sunny D bottles, I've got yogurt pots, I've got, you know, Coke cans, whatever I had lying around, I've basically started to use. And so I've come up with this first piece, which is based around what I think Boromite refinery might look like. Okay, so we have the entrance here. I've used this pink foam to kind of build up these rocks, to imagine that the structures come out of the ground, been built up from that, with these sort of work kind of nodes going around the outside of the top. These kind of wooden bits here to make the chimney stack. I kind of had the idea that it was built in a hurry, and so I'm going to spray the inside black. I'll probably maybe give these a coat of some sort of wash or something, and then I'm probably going to have some smoke coming out of it as well. Then I've got a simple chute that I made out of card going into this silo. So with the silo, it's basically a peanut container. I did cut a hole in the top of it, but it was very sharp on the edges, so I've decided to put a piece of card over it with kind of a chute going in. Try not to get the glare off that. I've also put some steps going around. I need to finish off the steps, and then that'll get stuck down underneath with rocks once again put around the outside using the pink foam. Then the plan is I picked up some textured paint, spray paint, and it's an interesting texture. I've got two different shades of kind of earthy colour, earth rock colour. So I'm going to spray the whole thing with that, and hopefully it's going to texture well and give it a really nice appearance. My plan is to go over all of the pink foam with like a watered down PVA glue to give it a protective coating. I did a test spray on a piece and it didn't go down particularly well. I think the spray, I think it's the CO2 in the spray, but I could be wrong, could be something else. But it basically eats away at the foam, so I've got to cover that over with a protective layer. And then we're pretty much ready to go. I might do some sort of I don't know, I might do the chute like a metal-y kind of colour, but I'm also at the same time thinking, well, actually, if I like the idea that it's all rock, that the boromites are kind of, they go in and they kind of build up these, you know, buildings, facilities from the ground. So I like that. So that's kind of what I start with. I've also started to cut out some small little bits of foam board I had lying around, sort of scraps, beveled the edges, just to make some scatter pieces of terrain. I would like to do like a jungly kind of jungly sort of, yeah, that sort of idea, kind of terrain setup. Probably just either using a GW green mat or maybe some white fabric or kind of sandy coloured fabric that I've got for my desert stuff, and then putting down all these pieces of scattered terrain to break up line of sight. I'm also thinking about using some pink foam again, but making a step pyramid kind of, and then sort of putting moss and all that over it just to kind of give it like an abandoned feel. So excuse me. So that's what my plans are. Once I've got the rest of the GAR all finished off, I'm planning to start playtesting and seeing if I can learn the rules. Andy Singleton says that using this starter guide, you can pick up the rules very quickly. That it is relatively easy to pick up and should be having no problems at all whatsoever once you've gone through this. So that's what my plan is. Start getting it played at games night, and we'll take it from there and see what else comes of it. And I'm really just enjoying it, having fun, kind of just doing whatever I fancy with it. The problem at the moment is that the weather's just turned very cold. We've had rain and sleet all day, so I can't get out to spray anything else. I can't spray this. So at the moment it just looks like a recycled junkyard, but it will hopefully get better, and we'll move on. And yeah, once I've got the armies painted, really, we're going to go from there, and hopefully it gets a load of games played. I'm tempted with, Concord versus GAR. I'm also tempted with a couple of squads of Concord with a GAR unit and another GAR unit against another GAR unit, and a couple of, kind of mixing it up and just seeing how it goes. So that's the idea. That is the plan. I'm really excited about Antares, I have to say. The more and more kind of working with it, I'm like, oh, this is really fun, and this is exciting, it's new, and but at the same time, it's also given me a break from the bolt action stuff, and I'm definitely raring to go to get back into that. So yeah, so for Antares, at the moment, that is it. Once I've got some figures painted, I've got some terrain to make the table look a little bit prettier, I will start to do some kind of how to play. Once I've worked that out for myself, we'll start putting out some Antares basics videos. Okay, so yeah, if you've liked this video, please press like. If you want to comment, please do. Remember, this isn't as new to me as to a lot of other people, so I'm definitely by no means an expert, but yeah, if you've got any comments that can help me out as well, or encourage, that'd be great as well. So really looking forward to that. And if you've liked this video or any of my other videos that you've seen, please feel free to subscribe. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. We'll speak soon. Okay.